as an investigative reporter. Now, it's interesting. Guess who he was there with in Vegas? This is what I found out. With Chief Pelletier, the Maui Chief Police guy. And they were both there with during the mass shooting in Las Vegas. Yes, indeed.
I make of it what I've read in the media. I don't know Tim Ballard.
I'm really naive to what's going on here. But, well, do you have an hour?
These guys are slimy. Everyone's bought and paid for today, folks. Man, you guys are relentless. Relentless. I love you so much. And you're not going to let me off easy. Because the more you give me accolades and the more you reward me for good investigative reporting, the more I have to do. I've got to one up the next one and trump that. And I finally went into the room where my wife was watching Netflix or something like that. And I said, babe, I'm tired. And she said, yeah, it's almost bedtime and we've got seminary in the morning. And I said, I know, but guess what? I'm actually being an investigator and I'm finding stuff out. And she said, that's good. And I said, yeah, I'll be in there in a minute. And walked out, and it's great. So I don't know why I said that, but I know partly the reason I brought that up is to let you know that I love the drive. I love what I'm doing, and I'm thankful. And yeah, before we get into it, house cleaning again. I'll do this periodically once in a while. I got Venmo, so drop me anywhere from $1 to whatever, $2, $3, $8, $7.50, $20, $500 if you're like the wealthy guy that lives up on the hill, that's sitting in your garments, eating caramel popcorn and just having a ball. But
that was sacrilegious.
Thank you for all of your donations. And I'm working on merch. I got old merch right now, so if you like what you see with the old stuff, that's great. But I've got some really cool designs coming up. I'm gonna have about like 3 to 5 different campaigns going on with hoodies. We've got hoodies, we got shirts, everything like that. Also, become a member of the channel. Go to the front page of my channel and you'll see a little join button. When you hit the button, it doesn't join you automatically. It shows you all of your options. So we've got that. We got Venmo. We've got the memberships. We got Venmo. We've got merch. And if you want to send me a check, somebody asked me if I have a PO box. I did, but I got to get another one. So if you don't want to go through anything electronically, but would like to send me something via mail, I'll be getting the PO box tomorrow. So I'll get back to you on that. Unfortunately, I'm not the bearer of good news right now, but I am bearer of news. But I don't have mega answers, but I have something that goes, this smells funny and it looks kind of like this, and it's got potential for deeper dives. Okay. We've got to learn together to be careful. I have to be careful. So I want to fool the powers that be here on the YouTube. So I need to be discreet and do things, involuntarily. I need to give you the information cautiously and prudently. And that's what I have to do. I want you to pay attention to 2 individuals that I've got my eye on. And one is the Governor Cox, in this news release. A lot of you probably already seen this before. It's nighttime and you're seeing this video the next morning. So you saw it tonight. It's kind of sickening that this guy is a Republican by, I could say Republican by name only, but really that doesn't mean anything anyway either, because any Republican by name only even if you're not a Republican by name only and you're a staunch Republican, that doesn't mean anything either, right? Because a lot of these people are swampy. They're very swampy. I don't know Governor Cox personally, but look at how long he prolongs this. He's asked by the slimy guy, the other slimy guy, Adam Herbet with Channel 13. What's up with this Adam Herbet? Well, I did a little bit of my own investigative. I'm going to get kicked off here. Watch. Investigative reporting on Adam Herbet. Talk about having a conspiracy theory in your brain that says, is this guy a CIA operative? Wait till you find out what I got on him. And then watch carefully, because Adam Herbet is not only an investigative reporter for Channel 13, but he is out. It's obvious that he is out for Ballard's blood, Tim Ballard's blood. This isn't the first time that he's talked to Tim Ballard or asked questions about him. So watch this. People have this look about them, and it's just sickening. But anyway, let's stick with the facts, all right? But reading a countenance is also factual. That's a real thing. We don't just have five senses, brothers and sisters. With the Holy Ghost and the priesthood and the power of the temple, you have a sixth sense, and it is discernment. It's all the Holy Ghost. Whatever acts by the power of the Holy Ghost, when you live worthy of the companionship of the Holy Ghost, you have that discernment, and that is just as factual, because the atheists and the agnostics and the godless and the cloak and daggers and the swampy people and the global like people and all of those folks, they do not use a sixth sense. Now, some of them might, if they are into the dark arts, and they're using some sort of sixth sense as well. But pay attention to their countenances. Pay attention to what they're projecting. They either have the seal of God, Yah, in their forehead, which is the children of Christ, or they have a mark. And I don't believe it's literal. I believe that is their countenances. And then pay attention to how many times old Cox acts like,
I don't want to comment on this, but I will for like 5 minutes here.
Watch.
What do you make of the situation involving Tim Ballard?
What do I make of it?
What do I make of it? What does that mean? What do I make of it? I don't know. I haven't thought about that. What do I make of it? I'm really naive to what's going on here. Well, do you have an hour?
I make of it what I've read in the media. I don't know Tim Ballard. I think I met him passing through an airport once. I know he was terminated from OUR, which I thought was very interesting, that the organization that he created was the face of, was the hero of, that they would terminate him and remove themselves from him. And so I wondered, like everybody else, what was happening. There had to be something out there.
You got me. But there had to be something going on, like to shut everybody up and to turn on him like that.
And then, of course, to have the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints issue a statement like that, a very strong statement, very rare that they do something like that. I know there was a lot of pushback, like, did this really come from the church? Did it come from a rogue spokesperson? I reached out to the church personally. And
Really? You reached out to the church personally? That is rare. I mean, you mean you talking about Doug Anderson? You reached out to him?
No. I reached out to the church.
You mean one of the 12 apostles?
No, the church.
You reached out to the church? You mean like all the 15 men? What, the PR department?
No, the church.
Who is the church? Hi, I'm the church. I didn't know there was a church. I mean, when they said the church, we thought it was the PR department.
Well, no,
There's an actual church.
And was assured that that did come from the church, that it had been vetted through all the normal church processes. And so, and then to have again, allegations. Everybody is due their day in court, and we believe in a system where people are innocent.
In court for what? He's got criminal charges against him? This guy's a piece of work. This Cox guy there are no criminal charges against him. The Vice piece quotes from descriptions the attorney's office provided as part of a federal criminal probe into Ballard and Operation Underground Railroad. The FBI's investigation was closed this year without any charges being brought. So why is he saying stuff about criminal charges and we believe that everyone is innocent until proven guilty in a court of law? What the hell are you talking about, dude? The church is Doug Anderson. Do you know how much this hurts? It hurts. Like, to sit through this again. I watched it one time, but to sit through this again, it's painful. It's very painful watching the slimy, wormy guy that looks like an actor as an investigative reporter. He just looks like he's acting. Like, I can't take his facial expressions very serious. And then Governor Cox speaking like he's a bishop or a stake president and just full of crap. Just full of crap. You know what? I don't care if you do hold the priesthood, you go to the temple. You have light on loan. Do you know that God gives you light on loan? Even when you're not doing very good things, you got light on loan, man. And you know what? I've gotten to the point right now. I have people criticizing me left and right, sending me emails. You see the comments, some of the critical comments in the comments section. That's nothing. That's nothing. And I don't care. I don't care. I'm ready to go down. I even told Andrew, I go, wouldn't it be cool trying to expose the Gadiant and robbers, the cloak and daggers? Wouldn't it be cool? I would love to for that cause.
Until proven guilty. The allegations, though, of several different women are incredibly disturbing and just awful. And if true, just unconscionable. And so that...
He starts off acting like he doesn't really want to answer the question and then just goes into more detail than they're asking for. But you know that Adam, Herbet, and Cox had a little discussion before this press conference. But a true Latter-day Saint would have said, I don't know. I don't know anything about the allegations. I know there's allegations. I know there's charges. I know the charges were dropped. There are no further investigations into this, and I wish him well and his family well, and I hope everything works out. And that's it. Even though the charges were dropped, even though there's no more investigation into this, I got to bring up the fact that it still could have happened. These guys are slimy. Everyone's bought and paid for today, folks. You know what the cloak and daggers are? You know what the narcissists are today? You know who the tares are? The tares, they don't have corazón. No corazón. No soy valiente. Alguien es un cobarde. Un cobarde. Cox he's a coward. No me gusta. No me gusta dos hombres. Es no bueno. Es cochino. Es malo. Corazón es malo.
That's what do I make of it? It's very disturbing, and I hope they're not true. I truly hope that those allegations aren't true. But it would seem like now we have multiple
Stop it, please.
Organizations that are speaking out, and that's deeply troubling.
Stop it, please.
Do you have any concerns with his relationship with Utah Attorney General Sean Reyes? Tim said that they're like this.
talk about weird freaking questions. You know, this is wormy, weird darkness. This is darkness. Do you have any concerns about him being good friends with Attorney General Reyes? Does that concern you? Because he went on missions with him. Do you have any concerns that he might have better character witnesses than we do?
Well, I'll let Attorney General Reyes respond to those questions. I don't know. I know that from the very beginning of his time as Attorney General, that Sean has cared deeply about preventing human trafficking, and I that's to me the troubling part of this is that human trafficking is real, and it's awful, and we should be doing everything possible as a state, as a nation, as a community to prevent human trafficking.
To prevent human trafficking. Do you feel my spirit, people? I'm a good Latter-day Saint. I'm a good leader of Utah, and we need human trafficking is real. Did you know that it's real? But we don't want to overdo it. See, that's Tim. He took things to another level. He was trying to save all the children. He was costing the Cloak and Daggers a little too much money and stripping them of too much power. We want people to combat trafficking of human beings, but not on that level. And he goes on and on and on, like this wasn't planned. No, of course not.
And so I hope that no one person is bigger than that cause. And I'm grateful for the Attorney General's commitment to preventing that from happening. And I again, I don't know that much about the relationship, and other than I know Sean had said that he had someone who was considering running for the Senate that he would be supporting, and I think everybody assumed that was Tim Ballard. I don't know if that's changed in light of what's come forward.
Who is Adam Herbet? Adam Herbet. Well, this is through Fox 13 Investigates. So I went on my own investigating, and I'm proud of myself because I did this on my own. I did not find one video, one piece of evidence that somebody else put together. I literally came across this on my own because I'm a novice at investigative reporting. Adam Herbet, since you are an investigative reporter, you would appreciate what I did. But I found out that he's got a pretty lengthy resume. He's worked at lots of different news agencies in Idaho, Utah, now Las Vegas, even Bakersfield, California, as an investigative reporter. Now, it's interesting. Guess who he was there with in Vegas? This is what I found out. With Chief Pelletier, the Maui chief police guy. And they were both there with during the mass shooting in Las Vegas. Yes, indeed. So right here, this is Channel 13 Investigates. Adam Herbert's investigative reporter, Salt Lake City, Utah. Now, here's his resume, or a little bit about him. You could go there and look at it. KSTU Fox 13 is where he's at now. He's been here 4 years and 7 months from 2020 to present. A freelance reporter from 2019 to 20. Okay, whatever. But anyway, anchor reporter, KVVU Fox 5, local Las Vegas full time. From 2016 August to August 2018. Well, if you scroll down here and you look, he was the primary reporter covering the 1st of October mass shooting investigation. I kid you not, I did not. Nobody told me this. Nobody had this already in a piece of information. There might be some information out there, but I'm just proud of myself. So, I just want to let y'all know that I found that. Now, some of you are going to be like, well, what does that mean? Who cares? Well, there's some hokey pokey stuff that went on behind some of that. So he was there during the same time Pelletier was. They might have even talked to each other periodically about what was going on. Right? Okay, so let's get into this part. So who is Adam Herbert? Okay, so Davis County Cooperative Society. Adam wasn't very nice in 2022, apparently. Well, according to this article, because we give everyone the benefit of the doubt, don't we? KSTU, Fox 13, and Adam Herbert's continue a pattern of false and hateful reporting. Doesn't surprise me. Little wormy guy.
Have ye received his image in your countenance?
A recent Fox 13 News article by Adam Herbert is targeting Vanguard Academy, a high-performing public charter school serving a population of 82% first-generation college students, but whose student body is reported to be primarily from a background of plural families from the Salt Lake County area. The school has been placed on warning status due to a media-driven audit. Additionally, the State Charter School Board, SCSB, has questioned whether Vanguard's board and staff can make financial decisions due to alleged ties some of them have to various plural communities. Sorry, it's late. It's nighttime here. It's almost 10. It's actually 10:04, and I've got seminary tomorrow. Many Vanguard students also come from a plural family background and have felt unsafe in traditional public schools. Well, in his reporting, he uses a false narrative of outrage, implying a misuse of public funds, even though SCSB Finance and Compliance Manager Stuart Okobia directly contradicts these claims, stating, "I reviewed Vanguard's financial statements. There were really no significant deficiencies or any material deficiencies in their financial statement." I'm learning something about Herbert. He goes with whatever the narrative, the status quo, whatever's the filling in the air, whatever biasness is in the air, whatever's been on Netflix or, about plural families or Utah or Mormons or, Warren Jeffs. I'm getting to see, he goes with the pull of a pen. He goes with the wind. He's a wormy worm. In his reporting, here, I already said that. Stuart Okobia directly contradicts these claims, stating, "I reviewed Vanguard's financial statements. There were really no significant deficiencies or any material deficiencies in their financial statements." This is not the first time Herbert's or Fox 13 has conjured up false narratives to incite hatred for plural communities. In February 2021, Herbert's falsely implied Ensign Learning Center, a DCCS-run private school, was under investigation by the IRS for evading taxes. However, it was never under investigation by the IRS. Sound familiar? The charges dropped on Tim Ballard, yet he keeps acting like there's charges pending. An anonymous complaint was filed just days before Herbert's news article, but the complaint wasn't later found to be without merit. The school has never received public funds and saves the state over $13 million in taxes per year. Sometimes I wonder if people like Herbert are on more than one payroll. Are you getting what I'm spitting? Are you picking up what I'm putting down? Herbert claims his rhetoric toward plural families is accountability in journalism. That's very vague and broad. But to broadly project a negative view of a few people onto an entire population is stereotyping, plain and simple. For his latest article, Herbert's interviewed his usual roster of known anti-polygamy activists, many with questionable motives. Just like when he asked the governor tonight, are you concerned about the attorney general? Are you concerned about him? Because he's a good man, and he thinks that Tim Ballard is a good man. Are you concerned about that? That's like asking like you guys are two sports teams battling against each other. And that's what it really is. Are you concerned that they might have a better quarterback than we have? It's all a bunch of crap, guys. Chanel Deroux is an anti-polygamy activist who produced and appeared in the defunct TV series Escaping Polygamy. The show's popularity began to wane when it was discovered that the escaped characters were mostly actors paid to act out staged escape scenarios. This guy's from Vegas, folks. From Vegas. Deroux and the producers of the series were described as exploitive and damaging. I think what I'm going to have to do to stay on YouTube, I'm going to have to be very, make a lot of innuendos and do a lot of insinuating, very discreet kind of, very sly inferences is what I need to be doing. Deroux and the producers of the series were described as exploitative and damaging to victims of abuse by several women's and children's advocacy groups in a March 2020 Utah Senate hearing in SB 102. However, Deroux is quoted in Herbert's article repeating the false narrative of bleeding the beast as a feature of the cooperative, which has been debunked as a relic of the the FLDS. The victims exploited by Deroux in her TV series were from various plural communities. They'll do whatever they can to get what they want. Another of Herbert's anti-polygamy regulars is Amanda Ray Grant, who appeared frequently on the Escaping Polygamy series. Ray appears in an episode where she exploits her mother's neighbor for money. An elderly woman with dementia who appears on screen and becomes disoriented with Ray, and others interact with her. Throughout the series, Ray, Deroux, and others demonstrate a history of false claims to solicit donations or to boost ratings, something they and Herbert's have in common. Additionally, in his latest article, Herbert's once again turns to bigoted anti-polygamy activist Brooke Anderson, a self-proclaimed lifelong educator who is paid by the Jordan School District. In December 2020, Brooke Anderson suggested children from plural communities did not deserve to go to college, saying, "All these college credits earned by Vanguard Academy students, how will they be put to use?" As she campaigned to shut down Vanguard because it was too white and it had too many Kingstons. When asked about Brooke Anderson's stance against plural family children, one Vanguard parent was shocked, stating, "How is she still employed by a public school district? I live in the Jordan district. This is exactly the reason I don't feel safe sending my kids to the schools in our area." Due to the frequency of Herbert's regulars, we suspect his bench is running a little thin when it comes to credible polygamy sources. Are there any voices who don't make a profit from the destruction of plural family culture? Well, he's got a new hobby now. Fortunately, the law is the deciding factor on what constitutes conflicts of interest when managing state funds, not the media or the SCSB. Justice should measure each person the same, regardless of background or ethnicity. Children shouldn't grow up believing that they won't have a right to sit on a school board or hold a public position because of their family or religious background. All citizens have the right to a free, appropriate public education. Plural families have the right to feel safe at school, one where they don't feel threatened by bigoted or uncaring staff. They have a right to a college education and to be free from the abuse and hatred they've faced in public schools for generations. It is heartbreaking to see the hatred and bias so deeply ingrained in individuals fighting to exclude children from their right to education. Plural families have been forced into a second-class citizenry for nearly a century, and it is our hope that someone will have the courage to stand up for what is right and help these students break the pattern of discrimination faced by their parents and grandparents. There you go, folks. There's a little bit of Adam Herbet, the wormy worm, and his accomplice, Governor Cox.